The Predator is a 2018 American science fiction action film directed by Shane Black, who also co-wrote the film with Fred Dekker. It is the fourth installment of the Predator franchise and the sixth overall. It tells the story of Army Ranger Quinn McKenna, who survives after a Predator crash lands and kills his unit, but Quinn takes the belongings of the Predator. But this Predator actually has a different goal in mind. The film itself, when it came out, actually received low to mixed ratings and reviews, and people were complaining that there wasn't really much of a story. So could the film have been better? Well, of course it can. As we've shown on this channel, there is no such thing as a perfect film, and that's what we're going to discuss today. 10 things to make The Predator better. Right, the usual stuff. Please, while you're here, might as well hit that subscribe button, and as you're doing that, hit the like one as well, and as you're doing the rest of them, hit the share button as well. But just to let you know, because I'm discussing the film, there are going to be spoilers about this film, so if you haven't seen this film, I probably will spoil the film for you. And just to let you know that this is a requested video. It was requested by a gentleman by the name of Nick P Was Here. That's his YouTube handle. This is his YouTube channel, but for once I'm actually going to put in one of his videos up on my Berry Telly. It's where he got kicked out of the Nakatomi building from Die Hard. One of my favourite videos of his. So go and check that as well, and obviously there's links up on the top of the screen. Just to let you know, there is a competition this week. How many times do I say the word Predator throughout this video? Put your answers in the comments below, and I'll give a shout out to the winner in my Star Wars video in a couple of weeks time. But yeah, just put how many times you think I'll say the word Predator in the comments, and let's get started. Number 10. Predators do not strut. So this is quite near the beginning of the film. The Predator, he's on his spaceship, it's exploding everywhere. He's walking to the escape pod to escape from the spaceship. Except he's strutting. He's strutting along like he's the big bully of the playground. He's strutting around like he's Vince McMahon walking to the wrestling ring. Predators don't do that. That doesn't really, to me, say I'm a big strong predator, I've got nothing to fear. This is, I am acting way above my station. Yeah, predators don't strut. They just walk like they're after something. Number 9. Fire drill failure. Who doesn't love a good old fire drill? 10 minutes off work, standing outside, just chatting with your friends, have a quick e-cigarette, whatever you do in your fire drills. Right? Well, not according to this film. In fact, in a school, they do a fire drill after some kids set off the fire alarm, and 3 kids get left in the school. Don't this school have registers to check if anyone's still inside the building? Isn't that the whole point of a fire drill, to make sure things like this don't happen? I mean, that teacher would probably lose their job. I mean, if that was one of my kids, and believe me, I've got a couple of them, I would be gunning for somebody's blood if my child was left in a school building when the fire alarm went off. That's not a good thing to show. Number 8. Don't call them predators. No, no, no. No matter what, in this film you do not actually refer to them as predators. And they did that in this film quite a few times. You don't call them predators. Yes, I know they were trying to actually prove a point that these aren't actually predators, they're hunters, and they act like hunters and not predators. But we don't need to know that. They're an alien, we call them predators. End of. The audience call them predators. You in the film don't call them predators. No, that just ruins everything. Number 7. Not have Olivia Munn stripping. Okay, Hollywood, we get it. Olivia Munn's hot. We don't need you ramming it down our throats every film she's in. They did it with X-Men Apocalypse, and they've done it here in this film as well. They don't need to do it. Why show the whole decontamination scene? You could have actually put the whole dialogue before and after. You didn't need to actually have her having a shower while naked. Didn't really do anything to the plot. And obviously later on, when it happens again in the film, when she was trying to decontaminate afterwards and she was naked and the Predator saw that and walked away, no, Predator would have walked away anyway. She could be fully clothed, cowering in the corner. She's not a threat. He wouldn't. That's not a joyous kill. He wouldn't have touched her. He would have looked at her and walked off. That's what Predators do. The fact that you've made her naked doesn't really add or do anything to this. Number 6. Lose the AVP references. References to the other 3 Predator films? Great! they were good films. In fact, all three of them were actually really good films. References to the AVP films? No. I mean, there was two main references. The first reference, the spear that the Predator gave Lex in the first AVP film. Great. No, not really. And the second reference, and oh my god, this was even worse, is the whole helmet that was scratched by an alien in the first AVP film. The Predator picked that one up because he didn't have his. No. We want to forget about the AVP films. We didn't, well, they're okay, but no. They're not up to scratch with the other Predator films. We can just sort of brush them under the carpet. That'd be great. Thank you. Number 5. Predator dogs. Predators using dogs? Really? Don't really fit in what I believe for a predator anyway. They either hunt in packs or on their own. They don't need dogs to actually do their hunting for them. That's what they're bred to do. That's their sole purpose. They don't need or should have a predator dog. In fact, what they did with these dogs, or at least one of them, was even worse. They lobotomized it by accident, granted, and used it to play fetch for the rest of the film. Granted, it kept fetching grenades. I mean, who plays fetch with a dog using grenades? Really? I mean, I'm not a dog person, I'm more of a cat person, but I still would not play fetch with a grenade. No. They just use these dogs more as a really bad Deus Ex Machina, really. No, just lose that one completely. Number 4, fourth film hybrid. So, the Predator franchise falls in the same trap as the Alien franchise by introducing a human hybrid in the 4th film. Why? We didn't need it at all. You could have gone with anything else but a human hybrid. The annoying thing is, they've actually pulled it off. You actually did get a really good hybrid, and it was a really good character and monster, unlike the Alien version that they did. But why a human hybrid? Why? Could have used anything. Genetic engineering, quantum splicing, cloning, anything but human hybrid. I probably wouldn't have picked it up or moaned about it, but the fact they said human hybrid, no. Number 3, 12-year-old hacker. So these predators have been coming to our planet for well over 30 years. I mean, the first Predator film was in the 80s, and we've had contact with them. We know an agency was set up to combat the Predators ever since the second film. And yet, in all that time, nobody's deciphered their language. Really? I don't get that at all. And yet, in this film, a 12-year-old kid deciphers it within seconds. No. Look, I didn't like that at all. It should have been deciphered years prior to this. They should know what the language is by now. You should know what they're saying. But having a 12-year-old kid, and what makes it worse is that 12-year-old kid at the end of this film has a top government job translating this stuff. No. Don't. Number 2, Predator v Predator. I never knew how much I wanted to see a Predator versus Predator fight until I saw this film. It was built up brilliantly, the tension was fantastic. I was actually sat up on my seat looking forward to this fight. It starts, it's over. Really? That was it? I mean, I know they were trying to build up showing how strong the hybrid Predator was, but come off it. I didn't want a squash match, I wanted to see it. Come on, at least give me a couple of minutes of these two going at it before the hybrid Predator whoops his backside. But that was just such a tease, Shane Black. Number 1, film title. Yes, I've got an issue with the title of this film as well. The title of this film is called The Predator, meaning one. Now, it starts off with two predators straight away dogfighting in spaceships, obviously in space. And one crashes to the Earth, and then the other one follows it. So the first half of this film is one predator hunting another predator who's hunting his spaceship. So there's no one predator. In fact, one of the predators snuffs it around about 3/4 of the way through the film. So for most of this film, there's two predators. Why call it The Predator when there's more than one predator? Final thoughts. So in a day and age where remakes and sequels and reimaginings are all the rage, but they're quite lackluster, this film had a lot to lose, especially being a sequel, and especially Shane Black's reputation since Iron Man 3 wasn't that good. Yeah, he pulls it off. In fact, this is actually a surprisingly good, enjoyable film with some really funny moments in. Now, as said at the intro, the biggest complaint of this film is its story, of lack of story, which is fine actually. It works in this film. You don't want a convoluted, over-the-top story in a Predator film. You want something basic and simple that we can follow, because let's face it, we're here to see the Predator, not to watch some murder mystery or suspenseful spy drama or anything like that. We just want an action film where a Predator kills lots of people, and that's what we got. Also, he did take the story in a completely new direction as well. Risky move, but one it's actually pulled off as well. I really did enjoy this film, especially as I was expecting it to fail, judging how the AVPs or the last Predator film was. He has pulled this out. The music was fantastic, callbacks to the original Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator. It's a shame Arnie wasn't in this film, but I know they tried to speak to him, but he turned it down because he didn't want to do a cameo, which is a shame really, because it would have been that nice little cherry on the top. The actual cinematography of this film was also brilliant. I hate dark films where it's too dark. If it's going to be dark but you still need to see what's going on, Shane Black got that on the head. It's pitch black, it's dark, but you could still see the action from the actors and from the Predator. Everything was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So how am I going to rank this film? Well, because I am a Predator fan, and Predator fans will more enjoy this than non-Predator fans, I am actually also going to give this an 8 out of 10. Yes, I'm probably the highest ranked person of this film. I did actually really enjoy this film. So, but what did you think? Did you enjoy this film? Is there anything you think this could have made this film better? Put them in the comments below. If not, get in touch with me on one of these social networking sites that's up on my berry telly. And thank you very much for your time. I look forward to seeing you next week when I'll be reviewing Hellboy, the 2018 version, not the original with Ron Perlman in. So I look forward to seeing you then, and I'll see you next Sunday at 6 o'clock. Bye bye.